Hey there, survivors. Cougar here, and BELLWRIGHT has just released a new update, the spring update. It adds animal husbandry and fishing and some other stuff that we'll go over really quickly. A lot of my new buildings are still being built, but over here you can see the chicken coop, bird's coop. I haven't actually bought any birds yet. We'll go do that right now. But I will also show you that something else we can buy are cows and pigs. The butchery is still being built. The livestock barn is still being built, but those should be finished today, and we'll go and check them out today. But first things first, the village has just awoken. Oh yeah, they've added sitting animations, so people will just sit when they've got nothing else to do. We've also got the library down here, whoops, which is still being built. Yeah, we'll check that out when it's actually built. But for now, there are people who sell livestock in the villages now. So here in Herndeen, there's a guy who sells fowl, chickens, and pet cats. You can now keep a cat as a pet. We've always found the cats in the villages before, but now we can have a cat wandering around our own village. The guy who sells stuff is not you. We're gonna have to find him because everybody's just woken up, so they're still walking to where they're gonna be. They do have their own icon over their heads. It looks like a paw, like an animal's paw, but the one that's here in Herndeen, he has a quest to go along with this. There are a bunch of new quests to check out with this update. So this, I think, is the animal merchant. Yes, okay. Mona Broderick, the animal merchant. Looking for fine fowl. Yes, show me what you got. We can buy Brindy and so Kitty is a chick, age 1, female. Not much choice here. We've got 3 females, which I guess are going to produce... Oh, and they've got their own stats, too. Vitality, metabolism, production, fertility, yield, resilience. I'm assuming that the more expensive ones are probably better, but maybe not. We'll just buy one of each of these, and let's buy a chick as well. And then we're going to have to go around and... Whoops. Oh, they're with me. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I guess they're going to have to follow me all the way back to base. I thought they would just pop into base. Ah! Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Follow me. We're going home. This is adorable. I've got my little chickens following me. Oh, which is kind of a big deal. Because I guess that means that the bigger livestock, the sheep the cows and the pigs are also going to follow you. This is adorable. So that means the closest town I've got with an animal merchant selling cows and pigs is Blackridge Pool. So we're going to have to go all the way over to the Blackridge Pool to and then walk them back. So, we can skip through that part, but let me just get these little chickens back home. I'm trying to remember where. Okay, sorry, we just built all this new stuff, and I'm not really sure where it all went. Okay, so chickens, come to me. I went the long way around. I went around the warehouse, so they're probably still stuck on the warehouse somewhere. Come on, chickens. Obviously, they can't run as fast as me. Where'd they go? Did they get stuck on something up here? I see a yellow dot up here. Yes, I may have gotten too far away, and they may have lost me. Okay, come on, guys. Are you with me now? Follow me. Oop, I guess I got too far away. You got to stay close to these guys, I guess. Okay. And then once we get them into their coop here, we're going to have to feed them. A bunch of different feeds and fishing baits are made at the mixing bucket. We got all 3? Okay. Come on. Stay with me. Looks like they stopped following again. Oops. Oh, they've got little readouts. They've got food and stress readouts. Come on, guys. Let's get you actually in where you're going to be fed. Yes. Come on in here. Your new home. The animations on the fowl look really good, actually, I think. Yeah, they look nice. Okay, I guess you guys will consider this home now, if I tell you to stop following. Yes, okay. This is now home, and we got to get them some food. The food I've put in an order for some grain, some stuff to feed them over here at the mixing bucket. So as soon as that is crafted, yeah, somebody's working on it right now. Good. So as soon as that is crafted, so you see we've got a bunch of different types of feed available. First of all, we got fishing bait that you can either use for the fishing. You can either use earthworms, which come from the mud collectors now. So as you're scooping up mud, you're also getting the occasional earthworm. Or you can craft fishing bait from a variety of ingredients: mushroom and meat, cheese, bread, and then animal feed. So you can rough animal feed from a variety of ingredients. Again, wheat and sage, wheat and flax, wheat and grains and berry, grains and mushrooms. And then better animal feed, which will keep them fed longer: straw honey and radish, straw honey and turnip, straw honey and beetroot. So there's now a real reason to grow those little vegetables, which there wasn't before. I mean, yes, you could use them in stews and stuff, but you could ignore them entirely, and they would you could get better, you could get just as good food without using them. So now there's a real reason to use them. Oh, here's the library is almost finished. They're still working on that. They've sped up the building animation here, so these guys are swinging their hammers a little bit faster. That's cool. All right, and then I will take you over to where we've got the fishing hut set up. Okay, I built my fishing hut over here by where I've got my ship dock. Also where all the river reeds are and stuff. So here's the fishing hut. Fishing camp, sorry. Storage. I haven't actually seen this since it's been built. Manage. So you can order them to fish. Now I've got a rod on me. You'll have to supply them with rods and bait, just like at a hunting camp. You'd have to supply them with bows and arrows and stuff. It looks like this counts apparently as a lake and a river here. And then you, I guess, would get different fish from building fishing huts at different locations: ocean, swamp. So to actually fish, you can see I've got a fishing rod on my back here. So to actually fish, there's a little mini game. It's a little bit annoying. I'm not crazy about it, but we'll do one here. What you got to do basically is you cast with bait. As long as you got bait, you can go ahead and cast. And then once you get a hit, you got to hammer spacebar and keep the little thingy, the little icon in the middle of this bar until the fish reaches the surface. There's a little fish icon down there. It's a little bit annoying. I don't know why fishing games have to, fishing is normally very peaceful and relaxing, and why fishing games have to be stressful like this is a mystery to me. I don't know why you would make a fishing mini game where you got to hammer it and get all stressed out. There we go. We got a fish. All right, cool. So fishing checked out. And now also with fishes, you used to be able to just throw a whole fish on a fire or a smoking fire or whatever. Now you have to harvest them. So you right click on it and it creates fish fillets. And those now go on the fire to be cooked. All right, let's go back and see if the other stuff has completed construction yet. Just one thing to mention as we get closer to the settlement here is that the update reset all the harvestable stuff. All the trees are back, and all the like stones and harvestable plants and stuff, those are all regrown. So my village looks nice and has trees again, which I think is very nice. And hopefully, I hope eventually we'll be able to replant our own trees so that we can keep our villages looking nice and not completely denuded of foliage. All right, there is a raid incoming. We have a raid today. I knew that that was coming. I'm in my villager outfit. I got to switch really quickly to my armor. So give me a second. Okay, and that. All right. But I'm not really worried about it in a time sense because we've cleaned out a lot, almost all the bandit camps around my settlement here. So these guys are going to have to come from very far away, way the heck over here, in fact, which is going to take them quite a long while. We'll skip ahead. Let's just check really quickly to see if anything else has been built. Well, we know that the butchering spot was built. Okay, and it looks like so butchery rack, add boar carcass. So the butchery rack just basically gives you a little bit more control over how you handle stuff that you either catch, hunt, or slaughter. So you can tell them, bring me feathers, meat. Basically, you have more control over what happens to the stuff that you hunt or slaughter. And then over here, this is complete. This is going to need feed for the stuff. We'll go over and get some livestock as soon as this raid takes place. So here you can see in the livestock barn, we've got different types of feed: compound animal feed, advanced animal feed, rough animal feed, which we're crafting some of that right now. It looks like we've already got some rough animal feed, and I assume that people will... Oh, people have already brought some... No, that can't be right. It may have... I didn't order this much animal feed, so I'm not sure why there's that much in there. It may come with some when you first build this. There may be some there so that your animals don't starve to death as soon as you get them in here. This is the first time I'm seeing this, so we'll check it all out together here. Yield storage. Okay, so I guess this is where the meat or whatever you're producing, maybe milk. There is cheese as a new thing to create, so I'm not sure where the cheese creation is going to happen. But apparently not here and not at the butchery. No. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna stand here and wait until the raid comes so that we can get over to Blackridge Pool and see about buying some livestock. Hello, chickens. Hello. And maybe a pet cat. Oh, great. Okay, while waiting for the raid to arrive, I just ran over here to check out the new library, see if it was ready yet. So we can store books in here, which is great. It goes up to 500 now, or 500 storage here. And then use the ledger to assign priorities. This is the first time I'm seeing this, so bear with me. Assign priorities for what they should be studying in their downtime. So when they've got nothing else to do, people will now come over and read books on their own, which is great. That's fantastic. The other thing to note is that barns now have more storage. The storage for barns is now 2,000 instead of 1,000. So lots of room to store stuff. I don't want to take the villagers out of here and go meet the raiders because they've all got important work to do today, because we've built so many new things and there's so much new stuff going on. So I want to let them stay here and make feed and so on for as long as possible. Also, we used a lot of resources in building all this new stuff. Say they've got to replenish our stockpiles. Okay, hey, this is so awesome. They sit down to eat now. That's so cool. Excellent. Excellent. We are going to go ahead and get these guys, get this militia called up because it has taken these brigands or these bandits so long to get here. They're not even like halfway here yet, but it's getting dark. And the one of the new changes is that one of the new changes with this update is that nights are very, very dark now, which is good actually, I think, because it was a little unrealistic that you could go out and do so much stuff at night. You know, you could chop trees and hunt and all sorts of stuff. I don't think they're going to need food. Will they? I guess they will. All right. Well, let's... And another thing with this update, there is now apparently a queuing process for getting food, so they don't all just bunch up around where they're getting food from the pantry. They don't just bunch up there. They'll wait their turn, go get the food, and then come back. That's better. It looked a little silly having them all bunched up around the pantry when you told them to get food. We're doing this right at dinner time. That's why so many people were hungry. But yeah, nights are really dark now. You actually... I'm carrying a torch in my inventory, which I haven't since I started the game, because you could do so much at night without a torch. But now you really need one. I mean, even to get around the village, I'm going to have to build a bunch of more standing torches here in the village just to see my way around at night and not trip over stuff and get stuck on stuff here in the village. Even though the village is relatively lit, you know, compared to out in the wilderness. All right, looks like just about everybody's got food. Nope, not you. I think I was going to say villagers, it seems to me, are moving a little bit quicker now too, but he's not. I saw somebody yesterday who was moving pretty quickly around the village. Not sure why. Thomas was meandering. Oh, because Thomas is not actually he's not in the militia. He's a terrible fighter. So let's go out and meet these bandits before it gets dark. It's going to get dark very soon. Here they are. Oh, you get little... I'm not sure how I feel about these new blue things indicating there's loot to pick up here. Alright, that was easy. I guess that's okay. The blue spires indicating that there's stuff to loot. I guess that's alright. Okay, well, because it is going to get really, really dark tonight, we're not going to go try to get the livestock tonight. I'll skip ahead and we'll do that in the morning. We'll go and try to get some livestock. All right, everybody, you're dismissed. Go back to doing whatever you were doing. Good work, by the way. Those few bandits that we mopped up there. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. It's just turned 10 o'clock. Everybody's heading back to their huts to sleep. And you can see that it is very, very dark. Like, you cannot see where you're walking at all. You're going to be bumping into stuff like I just did there. I didn't even see that, whatever that is. I only have like 2 or 3 standing torches in the village because you didn't really need them before this update. Now I'm going to have to build a bunch of them and put them all over the village just so I can find my way around at night, if I want to find my way around at night. Although it being this dark at night, I think is good because it gives you a reason to actually sleep at night. Basically, you like before this, I would stay up all night doing stuff while everybody else slept. But now you actually have a reason to go into your own hut and sleep until morning, which we're going to do now. Okay, everybody's up. The sun is up. I'm going to head over to Blackridge Pool and buy us some livestock. I've been steadily seeing animal feed being crafted over at the crafting bucket, the mixing bucket. So I'm not worried about us having food for these guys by the time we actually purchase them and bring them back. There's a raid incoming here. It's just a travel sign and a camp box, a box to store my shovel when I go harvesting peat. Let's go buy some livestock. Here is an animal merchant surrounded by animals and with the paw icon. Hello, Paul. Yes, show me what you got. We've got more chickens. We've got Nutty, a calf. A bull. We're going to need one of those, I guess. All right, let's buy a calf and a bull and a male boar and a female, a sow. We don't need two males. We'll just get one male. And then a couple of little piglets. Look at Pebby the piglet. How cute is Pebby? And what? All right. These are all mine now. And how about one more chicken? And maybe a couple more chicks? Oh, let's just get everything. Let's get everything. Yes. I am... Who's the guy who talks to animals? I'm blanking on his name now. All right, but we have a long walk back to the settlement ahead of us with me moving slowly to make sure that these guys can keep up. So I'll see you guys back there. Oh, okay. Just out of curiosity, I thought I would check to see if we could fast travel with these beasts, and it looks like we can. So I'm here at the fast travel post, and it tells me that I will travel with 4 chickens, 5 pigs, and 2 cows. Excellent. Oh, that's great. I was thinking maybe we might have to use the boat to get back, which would make sense also, but we don't have to. Okay, now my livestock. Will you automatically stay here now? It looks like they are. Great, they are. Just get this. Hello, piglet. Hello, Watt. Watt the piglet. Cutie. Pebby. Very cute. Okay. And let's get our chicks over to the bird coop. Did I lose them already? Come on. Are they close enough? They automatically stopped. Okay, they're close enough that they automatically went in there. That's great that you don't have to tell them individually. It looks like someone's making babies. Brindy looks like it has found a rooster, and we may be getting some eggs out of here at some point. No eggs yet. We do have lots of feed in there. Again, it looks like this was built with some feed in it, so that's good to know. And then we've been crafting more feed. Right, Juby? Jubby? The animations are nice. They look very bird-like. Constantly underfoot. You chickens are going to be constantly underfoot, aren't you? Are you guys pretty happy here? You got everything you need? I guess they're allowed to just wander, but I'm guessing they won't get too far. Actually, someone is fairly far away. Who's this? Whoa, one of the little piglets! I don't think you should be getting this far away, Pebby. Follow me. Well, chicken female Juby was slaughtered. I guess I have put a slaughter order on one of the chickens to make some meat. I didn't actually mean to do that. I wanted to see... Will you stay here now? Yes. Stop following. It looks like we're going to have to fence this in. I did not anticipate that. We are actually going to have to build a fence around this to keep them from wandering off. Maybe. That little piglet did get pretty far away. And then the chickens, I would prefer not to be slaughtering these. I would prefer that they're making eggs. But somebody just took it upon themselves to come over and slaughter one of the chickens. How do I tell them not to slaughter? I'm not sure, but I'm going to have to take a look at this and investigate further. But we've covered all the new stuff in the update. Livestock, fishing, birds, and the library. And very dark nights. So that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe, survivors.